What to finish? Okay. All right. Okay. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. So we like to welcome all of you for our weekly Srimad Bhagavatam discussion and also our 51st video. All right. So far we have published 50 video and today is the 51st video that publishing live in YouTube by ISKCON Ipo channel. All right. So I'd like to welcome all of you. So before we start, as usual, let's do our invocation prayer. Okay. We do our invocation prayer. Om Ajnanatimmirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshur Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha. But before that, I've forgotten. Just meditate that you have got a flower in your hand and you have a deity of you have Prabhupada in front of you. So just say the thing and offer the flower in your mind. If you have virtually have a flower, if you have got a photo behind you beside you, or maybe even you can see in your Bhagavad Gita, you can offer flower. All right. It's a gratitude to our Guru Parampara and also Lord Krishna. Right. So Om Ajnanatimmirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manobhistam Sthapidamena Bhutali Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yutta Padakamlam Sri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Sri Rupam Sagar Jadam Shaha Gana Raghunathan Vidam Tamsa Jeevam Saadvaitam Savaduta Parijana Saikam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Saha Gana Sri Padan Saha Gana Lita Sri Vishakan Vidamscha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristha Bhutali Srimadi Jayapataka Swamiti Namini Namacharya Padaya Nitai Kripa Pradayani Gaura Kada Damadaya Nagara Grama Tarini Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristha Bhutali Srimadi Bhakti Vedanta Swamiti Namini Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharini Nirvisheshwani Vadi Pasacharitarini Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristha Bhutali Srimadi Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Namini Shri Varshubhanavi Devi Daitai Kripa Daya Krishna Sambandha Vignana Daine Prabhave Namaha Madhuryojvala Premaadya Sri Rupanuga Bhakti Shri Gaura Karuna Shakti Vigrahaya Namaste Namaste Gauravani Shri Murtai Dina Tarini Rupanuga Viruddha Pasidanta Dvanta Namini Namo Gaura Kishoraya Sakshat Vairagya Murtai Vipralambra Sambodhe Padambu Jayate Namaha Namo Bhakti Vinodaya Sachidananda Namini Gaura Shakti Swarupaya Rupanuga Varayate Gaura Virbhava Bhume Stomni Dasa Sajjana Priya Vaishnava Sarvabhauma Sri Jagannatha Yate Namaha Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubheva Cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namni Karutsya Namah Panchatattvatmakam Krishnam Bhakta Rupa Swarupakam Bhaktavadaram Bhaktakyam Namami Bhakta Shaktikam He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namustute Jaitam Surata Pangur Mama Manda Matirgati Mat Sarvasva Padam Poja Radha Madana Mohanau Divyat Vrindaranya Kalpa Drumadaha Srimad Ratnagara Singha Sanusto Srimad Radha Srila Govinda Devo Pristali Visevya Manos Marami Sriman Rasa Rasarambi Vamsivata Tatasita Karshan Venus Manirgo Pirgo Pinata Sri Suna Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavanishwari Vrishabhanu Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jaya Udiraye Nasta Prayesu Abhadresu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavata Uttama Shloke Bhakti Bhavati Naistiki Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Janmadhyasya Atvanvayat Itaraschate Swabhijnaswarat Tene Brahma Hridaya Adikavaihe Muyyanti Yat Surayah Tejo Vari Mridanyata Vinimayo Yatra Trisargo Marsha Damna Svena Sada Nirasta Kohakam Satyam Parandi Mahi. Okay, let's pray. Chant the prayers that offered by Sanatan Goswami to Bhaji. Sarva Shastra Dipiyusa Sarva Vedaika Satpala Sarva Siddhanta Ratnadya Sarva Lokeka Drikprada Sarva Bhagavata Prana Srimad Bhagavata Prabhu Kalidvanto Ditaditya Shri Krishna Parivartita. Would like to read? Come on. Read the translation.
Yeah, Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
O Srimad Bhagavatam, O nectar churned from the ocean of all the Vedic scriptures, you are the most prominent transcendental fruit of the Vedas and are enriched with the jewels of all philosophical conclusions. You grant spiritual vision to all people of the world and are the very life breath of the Vaishnava devotees. O Lord, you are the sun which has risen to dispel the darkness of Kali Yuga. Actually, you are Lord Krishna who has returned among us.
Wonderful. Paramananda Pataya Prema Varshaksharayate Sarvada Sarvasevyaya Sri Krishnaya Namostume. Next.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Krishna, Mataji.
O Srimad Bhagavatam, I offer respectful obeisances unto you. By your recitation, one attains transcendental bliss because your syllabus showered down pure love of God. You are to be served by everyone, always, for you are an incarnation of Lord Krishna. Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Mat Eka Bandhu Mat Sangin Mat Guru Man Mahadana Man Nistaraka Mat Bhakya Mat Ananda Namostute. Next.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Madhu.
Sri Bhagavatam, O my only friend, companion, and teacher. O my great wealth and deliverer. O my... can't see. Hold on.
Huh?
Sorry. And teacher,
Yes.
I offer respectful obeisances unto you.
Okay. Oh, in between you couldn't see it, right? Is it?
Yeah, I couldn't see it.
Oh, okay, okay. Oh, my great wealth, the deliverer. Oh, my good fortune and bliss. Okay. Asadu saduta da innati no chachata kara anamuncha kadachin mang premna hitkanta yoshpura. The last one.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu, I will repeat.
Yeah.
O Srimad Bhagavatam, O bestower of the saintliness to the unsaintly, O uplifter of the most fallen, please never leave me, accompanied by pure love for Krishna. Please manifest for yourself in my heart and throat. Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Wonderful, wonderful. Okay, so today we are continuing a very interesting topic. Sometimes people feel that we are like, not many people like to hear this, right? Because here we are talking about death, right? So today we're going to discuss on the Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 9, Text 43, all right? So just to recap, okay. So just to recap, two verses before. So in 41, what we have read is at the Rajasuya Yajna, sacrifice performed by Maharaj Yudhishthira. There was the greatest assembly of all elite men of the world, the royal and learned orders, and the great assembly of Lord Krishna. Okay. There was the greatest assembly of all the elite men of the world, the royal and learned orders. And in the great assembly, Lord Sri Krishna was worshipped by one and all as the most exalted personality of Godhead. This happened during my presence, and I remember the incident in order to keep my mind upon the Lord. Okay, so this is what Bhishmadev is telling, right? At the Rajasuya sacrifice, okay? It's a great sacrifice performed by Maharaj Yudhishthira. All right, so he start to remember things, that all the pastimes that he had, all the things that you have seen. Okay. Then in 42, Tam imang ahang ajam sarira bhajam. All right, what he says, now I can meditate in full concentration upon that one Lord. Okay, that means what? What he says, Tam imam aham ajam sharira bhajam. So that means Tam, the personality of Godhead, Imam, now present before me, Aham, I, Ajam, the unborn, Sharira Bhajam, okay, of the conditioned soul. Okay, Hirdi, in the heart, in the, distam situated. Okay, so what we can see from this translation is, now I can meditate with full concentration. Now I can meditate with full concentration upon that one Lord, Sri Krishna, now present before me, because now I have transcended the misconception of duality in the regard of his presence. All right. The misconception of the duality is usually we can find in that understanding of what they call Mayavadi philosophy, right? Misconception of duality. There's a misconception. Okay, they already misconcepted, right? Okay, I just like to share with you one of the misconceptions that usually that Mayavadi like to discuss. It's like this: there are 100 pots during the full moon, and I fill all the pots with water. Okay, now I am seeing the moon in every pot. You all follow me? So all in my 100 pots, I can see 100 moons reflected. So now what I do, I pour the water out from all the pots and I see no moon. So the moon in that pot is merged with the moon up there. All right. So there's lots of misconception. Okay, it's lots of misconception, misidentification. All right. So it's a very detailed studies. So I'd just like to share a quick one. All right. The Brahman realization. All right. The impersonal Brahma. Okay. The impersonal Brahma, when the misconception, that means Brahma means illusion. That means they believe that God is formless. That means they say everything is formless. All right. When that impersonal Brahma linked with Sattva Guna or the mode of goodness, it becomes Ishvara. They believe that. So that means the impersonal Brahma, the Brahma, that the form that is formless, that's God, right? The formless God, that means the one that has no form. Okay, the light. You know that sometimes they used to worship Jodi, 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 Suyam, Jodi, 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 Arul. That means they say God as formless. So when that formless God comes in contact with the mode of goodness, it will become Ishvara. That means it becomes the form of Krishna, Rama, Shiva, and Vishnu and all this. All right. And we all have heard this thing before, I think. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Shiva. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Mahesh. That's a song, right? Can anyone? Yeah, I used to think that.
Guru Devo Maheshwara.
Guru Deva Param Brahma. All right. Guru Saksha. So these are the mantras. So that's actually in the Vedas, but the Mayavadis misconcept. They make it into a misconception. All right. So it says, so when this impersonal Brahman is contact with Sattva Guna, all right, in the mode of goodness, it becomes Ishvara. When that impersonal Brahma is connected with Raja Guna, it creates individual soul, identity like you and me. At the same time, when that impersonal Brahma, it becomes in contact with Tama Guna, in the mode of ignorance, it becomes nature. So that is the misconception of the Mayavadi philosophy. Right? It's a misconception. I'm talking about misconception here. So it's a misconception. So that means they all have been confusing people. So what Bhishmadev is telling here? So therefore, the now be present before me, because now I have transcended the misconception of duality. All right. I have transcended. That means I have passed through that misconception. Right. I passed through that misconception. And in regards, why? In regards of he is present in everyone's heart. Even in the hearts of the mental speculators. He's everyone's heart. The sun may be perceived differently, but the sun is one. All right. So now we're going to look at the 43. All right. Now is that what they call the main topic here. All right. So what Sutta says, Sutta Goswami. So anyway, you all can still recall the Sutta Goswami character. Who's Sutta Goswami? Do you all remember? Hello? Anybody home? You all can recall Sutta Goswami?
Yes, sir.
All right, please tell me
Yes.
about Sutta Goswami.
Who gave a speech in the Naranya
Very good. Naimi Saranya forest.
forest.
All right. Why is giving talk in Naimi Saranya forest? Why they selected him?
Because he was the head.
No, why him? Why they selected him?
He is the son of Yasha.
No. Because he heard that talk between Sukadev Goswami and Parikshit Maharaj.
Yes.
He heard it
Okay.
person talk. Right?
Okay,
He heard it from there. And now in Naimi Saranya forest. Okay, why they gathered in Naimi Saranya forest, Mataji?
Because Parashit Maharaja.
No. Parikshit Maharaj is all gone, finished.
Saunakar's doing yagna for 1,000 years.
Yeah.
Saunakar rishis were doing yagna, 1,000 years yagna.
For?
So
Who's
they
answering
want
this,
to
huh?
Saunakar.
No. Who's answering this?
Yeah, Siva.
Oh, okay, Siva Prabhu. All right. Oh, okay.
Okay.
That's why I see Mano Vilashni, Vilasavati.
You're sharing a phone.
Okay. I was confused. All right. Okay, continue, Prabhu.
So Saunakar is doing 1,000 years old yagna. So because of Kali's effect.
Yes. For what?
So,
To reduce the Kali effect, right?
yes.
All right. So they all get together in Naimi Sharanya forest, headed by Saunaka Rishi.
Yes.
All right.
And
So
then
after
that, they want to listen, in the evening, they want to listen to
not evening, after they finish that yagya.
yagna. So they want to listen to the glory of Krishna Leelas and Krishna thing from Surya
No,
Goswami.
actually, after the yagya over, they usually do Harikatha. All right, they got a discussion. So they selected Sutta Goswami because he heard it live from because they want to know, because Parikshit Maharaj was such a great king and he was merely cursed by a young boy, and he could counter curse or he could get rid of that curse. All right, but why he accepted the curse and died? What is the reason? They're all very curious. Then after that, you know what they say? Please tell us the things that you have heard, understood, assimilated. Give us the essence. So that's why Srimad Bhagavatam, that's spoken by Sutta Goswami, is also the essence of the essence. All right. Okay. Now you all can remember. So Sutta Goswami is giving a talk in Naimi Saranya to all the sages, headed by Saunaka Rishi. Oh, great. Fantastic. Okay. Very nice. So, okay. So now let's look at this verse here. Sutta Vacha Krishna Evam Bhagavati Mano Vagristi Vritti Bihi Atmanyatmanam Aveshya So Antashvasa Uparamat Sutta. All right. So that means, in other words, Sutta Goswami is addressing. All right. Before that, what happened? So Sutta Goswami is talking what Bhishma said. Okay, all these verses before, Munigana Nirpavarya Sankulenta Sadati Yudhistira Rajasuya Eshan. Who spoke this? Bhishma Dev. So what Bhishma Dev, Sutta Goswami is telling. Bhishma said all these things, all right? But here, in this verse, what happened? Sutta Goswami is personally speaking on this. All right. So that means Sutta Uvacha Krishna Evam. Okay, M dot Evam Bhagavati Manovak Drishti, because there's a R and S here. So Drishti Vritti Bihi. Vrit. Okay, when you see the R at the dot at the bottom, so there's a silent I there. So Vritti Bihi Atmani. Okay, when you see the Y, so that means you combine the word. Atmanya. Okay, so Atma Nyatmanam. So Atma Nyatmanam. Okay, Aveshya. Okay, when you see this thing as So shampoo, aveshya. So, okay, so then there's an apostrophe. That means what? There's a silent A. So anta. So anta. So that means how are you going to pronounce? So anta shvasa. So anta shvasa uparamat. Uparamat. All right. Sutta uvacha Krishna evam bhagavati Manovagristi vrittibihi atmanyatmanam aveshya swantas swasa uparamat Krishna evam bhagavati manovagristi vrittibihi atmanyatmanam aveshya swantas swasa uparamat Krishna evam bhagavati manovakristi vrittibihi atmanyatmanam aveshya swantasvasa uparamat. Okay, who like to chant? It's very auspicious. Come on, Prabhu, Mataji.
Krishna evam bhagavati.
No. Before that, Sutta Vacha.
Sutta Vacha. Krishna evam bhagavati manovakristi vrittibihi.
Very good.
Atmani atmanam avishya sontah swasa ubarama.
Very good. Fantastic. Bravo. Okay, next. Okay, next will be Nanda Mataji, then followed by Jagan. Jagan, I want you to say, I want you to sing. Then after that, Saraswati Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Yes, Hare Krishna.
Sutta uvacha Krishna evam bhagavati manovakristi virtibihi atmanyatmanam aveshya so anta swasa uparamat.
Hare Krishna. Sutta uvacha Krishna evam bhagavati manovagristi vrittibihi atmanyatmanam aveshya so antaya swasa upramat. Hare
Wonderful.
Krishna.
Fantastic. Okay, next. Saras Mataji. Then Tachaini Mataji. Then Vartamal Mataji. We got two Saraswati. You can after one Saraswati, then next Saraswati.
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Sutta vacha Krishna eva bhagavati manova trishti atmanyatmanam aveshya sonat swasa ubaramat. Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Yes, Hare Krishna. Good. Next.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. I'll
Hare
try.
Krishna.
Sutta vacha Krishna evam bhagavati manovaga dristi vrittibhyo atmane atmana avashyaya so tasvasa uprama
Uparamat. Good.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Next.
Hare Krishna Prabhu,
Hare
Manohya
Krishna.
Prabhu. Sutta uvacha Krishna evam bhagavade mano vaktristi vrittibihi atmani atmanam aveshya so anta swasa uparamat. Hare
Good.
Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Next. That's all. All right. Okay. Finish. You there, Finish?
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay.
Sutta uvacha Krishna evam bhagavati mano vagristi vrittibihi atmani atmanam avesha So Antasvasa Uparamat.
Okay, very nice. Okay, all right. Okay, now let's do this verse now. Sutavacha Krishna evam Bhagavati Manovak Drishti Vritti Bihi Atmanyatmanang Aveshya Sonta Shvasa Uparamat. So sometimes when we sing, we just try to think, see, like for instance, now what they call Sutta Goswami is giving a talk. I mean, he was just now he was saying what Bhishma said, and now he's giving his own opinion. So we just like think about it, right? So synonyms: Sutta Vacha, Sutta Goswami said, Krishna, Lord Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Evam, only Bhagavati, unto him, Manaha, with mind, I mean Manase, Vak, speech, Vakyam, right? Vak, Drishti, sight, okay. Kandrishti, சொல்லுவாங்க. Drishtina, now we understand. So Drishti means sight, பார்வை. Vrittibihi, activities. Atmani, unto the super soul. Atmanam, the living being. Aveshya, having merged in Sa, he. Antasvasa, inhaling. Uparamat, becomes silent. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace by Charana Ravinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Sutta Goswami said, thus, Bhishmadev merged himself in the super soul. Lord Sri Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, with his mind. All right? Speech, sight, action, and thus he became silent and his breathing stopped. Right? That is the ultimate goal for every living entity. Okay, we can be. So, okay. So Sutta Goswami said, thus Bhishmadev, what he did? He merged himself. Okay. He merged himself. Okay. In the super soul, Lord Sri Krishna, the Supreme Personality, with the how he did it with his mind, speech, sight, and action. And thus he became silent and his breathing stopped. Okay, his breathing stopped. Okay, now let's look at the purpose. The stage attained by Bhishmadev while quitting his material body is called Nirvikalpa Samadhi. All right. So okay, the stage attained by Bhishmadev while quitting his material body is called Nirvikalpa Samadhi. Okay, because he merged himself into thinking. That means he merged himself into thinking of the Lord. That means he merged himself into thinking of the Lord, and his mind into remembering his different activities. Okay, the different activities. First, what he did, he chanted the glories. He chanted the glories of the Lord, and by his sight and through the sight, okay, he began to see the Lord personally present before him, and thus all his activities became concentrated upon the Lord without deviation. Okay, that's the thing that we really want. We do not want to get deviated at the final moment of time. Okay, the final moment of time is a very, very crucial moment. All right, in the very crucial time that we shouldn't think about getting deviated, because we have to be 100% in fully in the thought of Krishna. Example, we are engaging in devotional service. All right, there are many services that we are actually doing. Some of you are chanting every day. I believe all of you are chanting every day. Then we every Tuesday and Thursday we are joining this class, and also on Friday you are also joining that thematic classes by Dr. Dinesh. Then and Sunday that you also coming for this class by oh, no problem with this. Okay, no problem. Okay, so Where was I? So, what was I telling you? So, okay. So you are attending the class. That means if Sunday we are having a class by Parikshit Prabhu. Then after that, you are reading Bhagavatam by your own self. And why all these activities? Because we deep in our heart, okay, whether you realize or not, what we are hoping is, can I remember at least one thing that I've done? Today, this morning, I was listening to a lecture by Srila Prabhupada. He said, devotees do not need to worry, because all our activities, even ones that you have done, it is all noted with enthusiasm. It's noted by Sri Krishna himself. All right. But for karmis, for those who have not taken up this bhakti, right, who have not taken up this process of chanting Hare Krishna, okay, so you see, their activities are noted by the greatest auditor that everyone is worried. All right, it's noted by Yamaraj, by Chitragupta, okay, the secretary of Yamaraj. He's taking down all the notes, right, all the things that we are doing, whether directly, indirectly, knowingly, unknowingly, intention and without intention, all these things taken into note. All right. So, like for instance, sometimes we can ask, why Chitragupta becoming so what they call? Why is he so ruthless? Say like for instance, I'm walking, suddenly there's some snail or some ant. I stepped on it, I killed it. All right. I didn't know. I just walked and I didn't know the thing exists. I just stepped on it and he died. Is it a karma? Yes, it's a sin. Correct. It's not fair. I mean, how is it? How am I supposed to know? I am driving, suddenly something that crossed me. I don't know. Maybe some cockroach crawl. I just crushed the cockroach over my tire. I didn't know. Sin? Yes, we have taken the sin. Okay. Then sometimes we eat. We don't know what is inside there. There's thousands of germs inside there. Right? Even like a probiotic, when you take the yogurt probiotic, there's thousands of living germs, millions of germs are there, which is bacteria, which is good for your stomach. You are taking it, you're consuming it. Sin? Yes, it's sin. It's not fair, because we must understand the criminals do not have fairness in the prison. Right? The criminals are not to be given a fair treatment. Yes or not? When it's just like in a prison, the prisoners. Sorry, not criminals, prisoners. The prisoners are fighting for their human right. Oh, I am looking for a bait. I'm looking for a Dunlop bait. It's not fair that we are sleeping on a mat. All right. I'm looking for a clean toilet. And we want, no, you can't. You have no rights in prison. So that's why we must understand that we are in Dukalayam Asasvatam. We are in Devidam, the place that's a prison house for the conditioned soul, that we are put here and we have to go through this kind of suffering and torture, that until one day we raise our hand up and look up. What am I? What is happening with me? Oh dear Lord, is there something out there? Is there something that mysterious out there? I have taken drugs and I'm not happy. I have smoked and I'm not feeling happy. I have taken my alcohol drinking, I'm not happy. I worked so hard and I make so much money, I'm not happy. Once I was a poor rubber tapper. I worked so hard. Now I got a big empire business and I'm not happy. Like what happened to Ananda Krishnan? Such a one of the richest men in the country, and the son became a monk. Why? Why there's no happiness? So where is this happiness? Where am I going to look for happiness? So that means we are put in all kind of non-stop, never ending of what they call, there's a word, there's a word, okay, I can't. So it's like giving a shock, torture after torture, just like even like our children, right? When we are scolding the child non-stop, even how obedient the child, right? Even say you can be a very strict teacher and people are so worried about you, right? When they see you, they get so scared. Like in Ipoh, there was a famous Mr. Brian of ACS. I don't know if anyone from Ipoh, you should know Mr. Brian is a notorious, right? So when you see, so until what happened when he keep whacking you? Will you do it? Will you do it? Until one day, stop it. You retaliate. When you're suffering, you can't bear the suffering. You become to retaliate. So the material nature is giving you enough suffering. So that palm you retaliate and says, what I should do? I've done everything. I'm not happy, right? Because things are just not fair. Things are just not fair to me, right? So that's why. So, and while we are alive, then we come to that conclusion, we are very fortunate, right? Why? Then we start to look for the truth, right? So where is the truth lies? We have tried all that material opulence, science. We have been betrayed. We still not happy. Then we start to go into religion. Okay, the religion. Then we start to try one by one. We try this, we try that. We are still looking for the truth. All right. Like they say that religion without philosophy is sentiment. Right? And the philosophy without religion is fanatism. So we try this. What nonsense they're talking? I don't understand what nonsense they're talking. And here, oh, if you don't do this, you go to hell. You do what is no philosophy? Oh, full of fear. You just become whatever religion that we are supposed to be. Just become this. You are guaranteed heaven. All right. If you're not, you are guaranteed hell, and you're called infidel. Right? All these kind of things. So after all these things, suddenly we just say, okay, now let's try out. Now I want to learn philosophy. First of all, I want my question to be answered. When they come and they get into this Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam, they start to come to that realization. That they are the very fortunate ones. But those who are, but after that, after we become that, then we start to realize. Like once Arasi Mataji told me, before she leaves the body, she wants to finish a Bhagavatam. That is a very noble, that's a very noble and very praiseworthy desire. Right? Praiseworthy desire. That means before she lives, like there's many Matajis used to say, before I die, I make sure I want to finish that Bhagavatam. I want to finish this thing. But the matter of not finishing the Bhagavatam, the matter of relishing the Bhagavatam, right? It's not, I have seen, even like myself, I done round 1, round 2, round 3. And now only I start to realize, oh my God. So when people ask how many times, oh, I've read Bhagavatam 3 times. So what have you learned? I finished. Yes, but what have you learned? Because Bhagavatam is relished, right? Because when we see in chapter 2, chapter 1, text 2, okay, chapter 1, text 2, or what's Vyasadeva saying? Okay, chapter 1, text 2. What he says? Dharma projita kaitavatra parama nirmat saranam. Okay, no, not this one. I think text 3, right? Okay, Nigama kalpa tarur galitam palam. Okay, Nigama kalpa tarur galitam palam. Palam means fruit. Shuka mukat amrta drava samyutam. Pibata Bhagavatam rasamalayam rasam. Muhur aho rasika bhuvi bavukaha. So that means when we are studying Bhagavatam, what we supposed to know? Oh, expert and thoughtful man, relish Srimad Bhagavatam. We have to relish Srimad Bhagavatam. We shouldn't like fight to finish that Bhagavatam. We have to relish, enjoy. Okay, when you're given a very tasty lassi, how do you drink? If I give you water, maybe you drink, gulp. But when you're taking a few fantastic lassi made with sweet mango pulp, grinded nicely with some ice, all right, with little salt and some chili and all, the taste becomes unbearably tasty. How do you drink? You don't straight away drink. You just drink sip by sip. Just take one sip. Wow. Then the sip goes off. Then take the second sip. Wow. Oh, yes or not? Have you all experienced that? Anything tasty?
Yes, Prabhu.
You're right.
Yeah, Prabhu.
Just like sometimes we eat chocolate. Huh? Yes, Prabhu?
Yeah, absolutely correct, Prabhu. Yeah, they're always like the first one, like thirsty. We drink first one, then subsequently we drink a few glasses. I feel very,
Yeah.
very
Like sometimes see when we eat others, usually when we eat sandwich, or we eat curry puff, snacks, we talk about snacks. We straight away bite and eat. But when we eat chocolate, how we eat? We take a small bite. Relish. That's called relish. So what he says, oh, expert and thoughtful man, relish Srimad Bhagavatam, relish. The mature fruit of the desired tree, mature fruit, palitta palam, mature fruit of the desired tree of the Vedic literature. It emanated from the lips of Sukadev Goswami. Sukadev Goswami, Sukha means parrot, also called parrot, right? So it comes with Sukadev Goswami. Therefore, the fruit has become even more tasteful. You know, there's a kind of parrot. When the mango was eaten, I mean, when there's one particular parrot go and pick that mango become even more tastier, right? There's a kind of a parrot. That mango tastes even more sweeter. So the Sukadev Goswami, the parrot, went and plucked this, eaten up this relish that mango. The mango become even more tastier. Okay. So that means it's emanated from the lips of Sukadev Goswami. Therefore, this fruit has become even more tasteful. Although it's nectarian juice, rasam. Palachar. Anything that palachar, arachi kudikkiradhu, we call rasam. Okay, not the rasam that we eat in the house, right? So it says what? Pibata Bhagavatam rasam alayam. Rasam. Okay. Let me look at it. Rasam, juice, that which is relishable, alayam, until liberation. Okay. So that means nectarian juice was already relishable for all. That means for all, everybody, including liberated souls. Including liberated souls. That means what? That means this Srimad Bhagavatam is not only for liberated souls. If we think, oh, okay, I'm not liberated, I'm rookie in devotional service. Maybe this is my beginning in devotional service. I'm starting off. No, it's not only for you, even for the liberated souls, even for the great Mahatmas, the Bhagavatam still relishable. Because Sukadev Goswami is already complete in his knowledge. And yet, when he heard Srimad Bhagavatam from Vyasadeva, he was astonished. He couldn't believe. So there's a purport in text 3 that you see the purport is mentioned there, right? So now that is what it says. So that means we have to concentrate upon the Lord without deviation. So how can we concentrate to the Lord? When we look at the previous verse, what you have learned, I mean what? Vishmadev is enjoying looking at Krishna. Right? You say, oh, the most beautiful one. He remembers Krishna as how? Remember? He was the chariot rider, right? He remembers he was holding the right hand with a whip on the left, right? And the Arjuna at the back. So you saw him that he is relishing, he's enjoying. Right? So that means when we can remember things that we have enjoyed in our life, right? We only can remember things that we enjoyed in our life, right? Yes or not? When you think back, right? Oh, when I was young time, there's a kind of fruits, we all used to, the mangoes are available. Nowadays, the mangoes that we can see on the street, it's all imported from Burma. You take the seed and plant, it doesn't even grow. It grows, it doesn't, like the leaves all dies off. It doesn't suit formulation and everything. Everything is imported. What happened to the local mangoes? Gone. Rambutan, those with big rambutan, so sweet, nectar. Nectarian. Okay. Now, the rambutan is lost its state. So, when we start to think about all the things, we just remember, oh, when we think of rambutan, so we like it well. So, that means we are enjoying the Srimad Bhagavatam, relishing the Srimad Bhagavatam, maybe by the grace of Krishna and Srila Prabhupada and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. At the time that I'm leaving the body, if I could just remember one incident that I enjoyed in this matured fruit of Srimad Bhagavatam, the way back home, back to Godhead is almost there. So that's what we are doing. So why we are discussing Bhagavatam? Why? I just read my Bhagavatam, just mind my own business, you mind your own business. It's just simple. But why we need to do all these things? Because we don't know. Maybe this can be the remembrance that you may get. So we go on serving Krishna in that way. So that means he says, so that means all his activity become concentrated upon Lord without deviation, never got deviated. That means never got diverted. This is the highest stage of perfection. Highest stage of perfection. Right? And it is And this is the most beautiful. It's possible for everyone. That means everyone is possible. That means like you and me. We do not need to have any prior this thing. We do not need to be born in the family of yogi. We shouldn't need to have some Kundalini yoga initiation. We don't need to go and sit in the jungle and meditate Himalayas. We don't need to do all kind of severe austerities, right? What that austerities that a big yogi is going to attain end of the day is attainable just by you. Because it's possible for everyone. Prabhupada said that. And okay, to attain this stage by practice of devotional service. It's that simple. Just by practicing devotional service. See, it's very simple process, right? So what we say, RDC formula, read Prabhupada book, distribute Prabhupada book, and chant Hare Krishna. 16 rounds. You are almost there. Right? The devotional service of the Lord consists, okay, now let's look at this. Okay, now Prabhupada is explaining how many types of devotional service are available that you explained. Okay. Right. How many types of devotional service? Number one. So the devotional service of the Lord consists of 9 principles. 9 principles. Okay, that means this is the 9 main activities. Right? And they are number 1, smaranam, hearing. Number 2, kirtanam, chanting. No. Hearing is what? Sravanam, kirtanam, smaranam. Remembering. All right, we need to hear about Krishna. We have to chant his pastimes and glories. We have to remember what you have this thing. Okay, number 4, serving the lotus feet. Pada Sevanam. Okay, you serve the lotus feet of Krishna, right, by offering tulasi. All right, worshipping. Vandanam. All right, worship. Krishna says worship. Man mana bhavamar bhakto yatma jiva namaskuru. Mam yoshiv taivam atmanamat prayana. Always think about me. Always worship me. Being absorbed in me, you will come to me. Worship. Krishna wants you to worship him. Right? So worshiping. Then praying. Pray. So what actually, when you look, number 6 is prayer. So number 6, okay, when we talk about praying, what are we going to pray to Krishna? Oh, Krishna, give me a daily break, like how the Christians pray. Give me a break. Or, oh, my Lord, I got this problem. Please fulfill that problem. No. Prayer to Krishna is what? Right? What do we pray? The prayer to Krishna is this. We know that this place is Dukalayam Asasvatam. I am suffering, I'm struggling. Please give me the strength to go through this. Give me that strength to endure this thing without forgetting you. Right? If at all you desire, my Lord, please give me the strength. I'm going through this struggling. I'm going through this suffering. Please give me the strength so that I endure this at the same time, not forgetting you. When you cannot chant 16 rounds, pray to Krishna, my dear Lord. My tongue is numb. For thousands and millions of births I've taken here, I've never chanted your holy name. My tongue became the tongue of the frog. The only thing I can do is croak. And by me croaking, I only invite death, just like the snake. When the frog croaks at night, who he invites? He invites snake. Right? Invite death. Right? It's mentioned in Nectar of Instruction. The croaking of the frog. Vacho vegam, manasa krodha vegam. Yes. Talking nonsense sometimes. Huh? All right. So anyway, so my dear Lord, with your mercy, please give me the taste so that I can chant your holy name. I don't ask you to become I don't ask you to give me the strength that I can chant like Haridas or some great devotees. At least give me the benediction that I can simply chant, even with offense. Doesn't matter. As long as I can chant your holy name. That's prayer. That's prayer. Right? Not, oh dear Lord, I'm having this kind of problem. Please fulfill this thing. No, that's not a prayer, because Krishna knows. Krishna knows if you have this kind of problem. Example, say like for instance, if you're you're in terrible financial difficulty. Okay, you don't need to tell Krishna that you're suffering, because Krishna is in your heart as Paramatma. He's looking, he's watching, he knows, he understands. At the same time, he cares for you, he loves you. Krishna loves you so much. And he doesn't want you to get diverted. Just because you want to make some extra money, you're going to do some extra job, extra endeavor. Maybe you're going to give up your job in Malaysia, go to Singapore and struggle and work terribly there. Krishna knows. So in order to prevent that, Krishna simply supply to you. Krishna will supply the thing to you. Because end of the day, Krishna doesn't want you to get diverted. Right? So as how Krishna up there watching at you, just thinking, please don't get diverted. All right? Don't get diverted. All right, do it's okay. Now you need this, okay, supply. But of course, sometimes we become greedy. Right? Yeah, Krishna, why not enough? I want more. Just Krishna will supply what the things need because you can concentrate more in your bhakti. Anyway, so now is executing the order. Executing the order means taking instruction from the spiritual master. We got two spiritual masters. One is the Diksha Guru, second is Siksha Guru. Diksha Guru means the Guru that give you the mantra. Siksha Guru means the Guru that give you instruction. Right? They're telling you this, do that. Okay, now next step. All right. So you have to execute the orders. All right, execute the orders, and also by seeing. Then fraternizing. Okay, can anyone check what is fraternizing? What is the word fraternizing? Eh? Check dictionary.
Sakyam.
Satyam.
Sakyam.
Sakyam.
Number 5. Number
People
4.
tell you-
Padasevanam. Archanam. Mantram. Dashyam. Number
Okay.
7. Dashyam.
Dasyam.
Number 8. Sakyam.
Sakyam means knowledge.
Being a friend.
Oh, okay. All right. So fraternizing means be a friend. Okay, you serve Krishna as a friend. And correct. Number 9 is fully surrendering. And remember, I explained about the surrendering process. Just like how the Japanese soldiers surrender, right? They raise the hand and they'll be given all protection. So similarly, when we fully surrender to Krishna means we are giving up everything, all our own endeavor, because it's proven. You say, oh, that is brainwashing. That means I'm not thinking for myself, right? I'm simply surrendering to Krishna is a kind of brainwash. That means I become a what they call a dull-headed person. I become a dumb. I cannot think for myself, right? I'm blinded. I'm blind follower, right? How can I simply surrender to Krishna just depending that he'll give everything? Cannot. All right. But the question that I would like to ask is, because I was having a kind of debate with one atheistic guy. Say, oh yeah, you're brainwashing. Yeah, of course, when you've got so many rubbish in your head, it's no harm washing it off. Right. So what do you mean fully surrender to? You think God will provide everything? I said, please tell me, with your endeavor, have you achieved perfection? With your own endeavor, what have you achieved in life? Right? Have you got rid of your suffering? Huh? Have you got rid of all the pains and anxiety? Right? Have you, I mean, you people are having this birth, death, old age, and disease. He's having some skin problem. Now look at me. You have also have some kind of disease. So with your endeavor, what have you achieved? So all this while for the last 50 years, your endeavor was wrong. So why not you take Krishna's opinion for now? Right? Because you can never compare your opinion because your opinion has been wrong all this while. It's never correct. It's never correct. Now, why not you take Krishna's opinion for? And Krishna says, you want to learn from me, you fully surrender to me. I do not want to waste my time with you. Right? Right? Say like, for instance, when a person wants to give some kind of benefit, right? They want to give you, say like, for instance, just like, okay, you are going to the politician to get some favor, right? You politician. So you may be in whatever party in your mind, whatever things that you have. Maybe I'm in a Barisan or maybe I'm in Harapan or whatever, right? So whenever I go and see the political party, I cannot go there with my Barisan national dress, right? Go to Pakatan Harapan, wear pass Barisan national. Oh, you cannot do that, right or not? You go there, you cannot talk big. You have to simply surrender because that guy wanted to give you. And that guy says, if you want to get it from me, you better behave yourself. You become very, you become humble yourself. Right? You go there, hey, you are leader of my constitution. Saya tanya, you mesti mau bagi. Jangan tanya banyak soalan. If you talk like that, what do you do? Tapa, balik. And tell the secretary, mark him. Tala pora enna, whatever it is, he come to me, don't give him anything. So even that means we have to be very humble. So Krishna says, I will deliver you from all these things, all these material conditions, but surrender to me. Right? Surrender to me. So like that. Okay. So anyway, so any one of them, okay, any one of them or all of them are equally competent. All right, anyone or all of them, anyone or all of them are equally competent to what? To award the desired result. It can give you the desired result, right? Like for instance, okay, I cannot do anything. The only thing I can do is chanting. Yes. So, but they are required to be practiced persistent. But they are required. But this is required to be practiced persistently. It's not that you only do it on Tuesday and Thursday, it's Friday and Sunday, right? You have to do persistently under the guidance of an expert devotee of the Lord, right? By the guidance. That means you have to accept a guru, right? The first item, hearing, is the most important of all of them. That's the first step. The first thing is hearing is the most important, right? And therefore, hearing the Bhagavad Gita and later on Srimad Bhagavatam is essential for the serious candidate. So that's what you all are doing here. So that means the hearing the Bhagavad Gita and Srimad is essential for the serious candidate, okay, who wants to attain the stage of Bhishma Dev at the end. Right? That means essential for candidate who wants to attain the stage of Bhishma Dev at the end. If you want to attain the stage of Bhishma Dev, when you go to leave your body, Krishna, let your final breath is in the name of Krishna. It can happen just by listening. The unique situation of Bhishma Dev time of the death can be attained. So the unique situation of the Bhishma Dev time of death can be attained, even though Lord Krishna may not be personally present. Now you can say yes, but the thing is, Lord Krishna is not in front of me. How? It's okay. Prabhupada is telling the unique situation is very unique, that at Bhishma Dev, the situation at Bhishma Dev's time of death can be attained. The way that Bhishma Dev died can be attained, even though Lord Krishna may not personally present, even though Lord Krishna is not in front of him, it can be achieved. His words of the Bhagavad Gita, or those of Srimad Bhagavatam are identical with the Lord. There's no difference. The Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam, there's no difference, right? They are sound incarnation of the Lord. They are the sound incarnation. Okay, now, how many of you got a Bhagavatam or Gita in front of you? Anyone of you got a Bhagavatam in front of you?
Yes, Prabhu.
You have a? All right,
Yeah.
now, who Nanda Mataji is it?
Yes, yes.
Okay, Mataji, what is the color of your of the page?
The page of mine is Canto. I'm actually having Canto 2 in front of me, Prabhu.
Okay, what is the color of the page, Mataji?
The cover, is it?
No, inside pages. What's the color of the page?
Pages, it's a little whitish, yellowish
White.
paper like that. Yeah.
Okay, yellowish means that means you're keeping it very long, is it?
Yeah, quite some time already.
Okay.
Slightly,
But it's
slightly
actually
thin
white,
yellowish.
right?
Yeah.
It's actually white, correct?
Yeah, yes.
Okay, what is the color of the ink?
Color of the ink is still black.
Black.
Yeah.
So now, when you look at the page, the ink is Krishna, black, and the paper whitish is Radharani.
Oh, okay.
So the Srimad Bhagavatam is Radha Krishna themselves. There's no difference. That's why this Bhagavatam is Krishna himself. When you have a Bhagavatam right in front of you, you are holding Krishna in your hand.
Okay.
So the ink is Krishna, is black, and the skin, the page is white. So is Radharani.
Okay. All right. Never knew this from Prabhu. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Exactly, my pleasure. So that's sound incarnation. That means one can fully utilize them to entitle in the stage of Bhishmadev, who wants to fully utilize them to be entitled to attain the stage of Bhishmadev. So that sound incarnation, that means the pages of Radharani, the body of Radharani is the page. Krishna is written on the black. The ink is black, right? And the manifestation is the sound. Yes or not? You are listening to me in the form of sound, right? Yes or not?
Yes.
So that means the white pages of Radharani, which is written on the black, is Krishna and is manifesting in the form of sound, sabda, sound. And when you are hearing, so one can fully utilize them to be entitled to attain the stage of Bhishmadev. And who is Bhishmadev? Is one of the 8 Vasus. Remember, not Vasu, Vasu. Okay, is one of the 8 Vasus. Every man or animal must die. Every man or animal must die at a certain stage of life. We all have to go in certain stage of life, right? 100 years around, say like now is 2023. 1923, we never existed. 2123, we will not exist. Right? 1923, that's 100 years ago, we never existed. And 100 years down the road, that means 2123, year 2123, we will never exist. So that means every man or animal must die at a certain stage of life. But one who dies like Bhishmadev attains perfection. And one who dies forced by the law of nature dies like an animal. Can you see this? If one dies like Bhishmadev, that means what? They die in full consciousness of Krishna. Even though you have not perfected, it's okay. All right? That means, oh, I have to be, no. Even say like you have only taken up 5% of this process. Or even you have taken up 1% of this process. Right? When the person dies, they die like Bhishmadev, fully absorbed. They go back home to Vaikuntha. Like what happened to Ajamila, story of Ajamila. At the age of 85, 80 plus, he had a child, 5-year-old. Imagine how lusty man he is. And the child he born through a prostitute. But fortunately, he named the child Narayan. When he saw Yamaduta, he screamed, Narayana, Narayana, Narayana. And that second, Vishnu came. Right? So, like that. So when the person dies that way, they attain perfection. But one who dies forced by the law of nature, that means those who are karmis, who do not believe in God, who do not believe in this Bhagavatam and Gita, they die more like an animal. Right? They die forced by the laws of nature. That means they die out of forceful. By the law of nature, it dies like an animal. Because the way you see the animal die is very pathetic. Right? So anyway, this is the difference between a man and an animal. A human form of life is especially meant for dying like Bhishmadev. Right? So this is such a wonderful verse. So we end here. So with meditation of what we have heard, right? So this is something that we would like to all of you to remember. If you have not couldn't recall, please watch the video again. That this 9 process of bhakti is very important, right? The 9 process. Okay, hearing about Krishna, chanting his holy name, remembering him, serving the lotus feet, worshipping him, praying to him for strength, executing the orders, fraternizing. That means you are making friendship with him, and of course, at last, fully surrendering to him. Right. The second most important takeaway today is the sound incarnation. So Krishna is in the sound form. In Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam, he comes in the sound form, right? So because they are sound incarnation, because as we understand, the white pages is Radharani, the black ink is Krishna, and they manifest to you in Shabda, in sound, right? Just by thinking about it, we can utilize them and to attain the stage of Bhishmadev, right? It was one of the, okay? So that means by doing all these things perfectly, the human form of life especially is meant for dying like Bhishma did. So please chant your Hare Krishna Maha Mantra daily. If you have not started, please start. If you have not chanted, please chant, because it is anytime. All right, because you see that every second is important. Chanting the holy name is very important. That means it's just like that means you are just like going on a, let me see, in other words, how can I say it? Not a day that you should pass without chanting the holy name. Okay, it's very important. Okay, then chanting and reading and all this. So if you're chanting around less than anything, so try to increase. Okay, if you're very busy, use your clicker, but don't make clicker as your habit. Of course, clicker is to substitute. So that means I say, okay, because like myself, I used to give a lot of excuses. I'm this, I'm busy. So when I start to use clicker, I cannot give excuses. Right or not? Oh, cannot chant. Why? Because I'm busy. Busy doing, I'm driving. Yeah, I cannot drive and chant. It's very dangerous to drive and chant. So I can use clicker and chant, right? Oh, I'm going for a shopping, I can chant. I can walk around, I can chant. Right? I'm on a plane, I can chant. Anyway, with the clicker, I can do. But in the temple or in the house, I used to use my japa beats. Okay. So like that, with full concentration, chant the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, and through that, we can achieve perfection. All right. So with that, I'll end the session here. Do you have any questions, any comment? Right. So there's no comment. Okay, I'll see you on Thursday for Bhagavad Gita discussion. All right. So till then, have a nice day. Have a wonderful evening. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubevacha paditanam pavinebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namo. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.